Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. A little midday money on a Friday, the 28th. Welcome on into the show. Like, subscribe, ring the bell here. Winner free picks, picks and parlays. Sean Higgs, maybe you're watching on Sean Higgs YouTube channel. Why wouldn't you? Bringing that puppy back. First off, apologies for last night. I said I was going to come in during the draft and do some stuff, but I told you my daughter's filming out her NJ HS, National Junior Honor Society stuff, and there had to be like an essay written, and of course that's like pulling teeth from a alligator or some other ferocious Wolverine animal, getting that kind of stuff done when there's a deadline. Anybody with kids knows that. Teenagers, doubly. Teenage girl. Yeah, you can't beat me. Listen, you think a 0-7 baseball day that I had yesterday is bad? No, try having a 13-year-old girl writing an essay and she doesn't want to write. True pain for show. Anyway, again, the link, if you're listening live or after the fact, we have it's podcast form all over the joint. Apple, Amazon Music, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, all your favorite podcast channels. Come give me a follow. Why wouldn't you? Doesn't cost you anything to follow me or like it, subscribe to the channel. Makes me feel better about myself. And I can tell my daughter, listen to that. These people listen to me. You should too. All right, let's free picks are here. They're posted. They're scrolling. We'll get to the recap. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. The picks are player props are out on there, and now the video picks are out. Well, now they're out. We're officially out and about on Twitter. Let's do it. Recapping yesterday. Here we go. 0-4 in the video. 51-65 Major League Baseball. Minus 799, and I said in my premiums we go 0-7. We're still plus money 545, 109, and 107 with baseball because our average play is about plus 105. But man, couldn't Atlanta under 8.5. San Diego I was totally wrong on. Frisco run line, Angels run line. Are you kidding me? 8-7. Detroit under fails. Nationals plus 192 loser. Tampa Bay under. Are you kidding? Cease and McClanahan. I got 20 runs out of those two cats. Hats off my guy, Ari Gold. We love Ari Gold. Entourage, there's Johnny Drama behind me, the brother. Lock of the day, he said St. Louis. It got there. Winner for him. And the Miz, he liked the Cubs over and under the Angels. So he took the Pens came out, and he took the loss there. But Miz had been all right on his other plays. But there, hey, I got to give Ari his credit, and Miz, I'm sorry, we're on the other side of that. So there's the baseball recap. NBA, we are 52-50 in the video, $80. We didn't have anything yesterday. Although I did say I like the Hawks for the first quarter and a pick 'em. I think it was they lost by one. I know it wasn't in the video. I just kind of threw out my idea there. NHL 32-47. We go 1-1. Make a little bit of money as we split out on our two plays yesterday. Toronto over 6.5 and Vegas puck line plus the 160. So we'll talk about it right now. Let's start backwards here. NHL 32-47 minus 371 in the video. Hurricanes plus 110. Bruins puck line 155. And the Kraken plus the 140 at home here. Pressure on Colorado. I'm going to take the dog there. So we'll go that route. And on the season overall, 54-69 minus 503 with the hockey. So still down a little bit on the ice. We'll see if we could turn that around. We still got time to have a positive hockey season. NBA, 52-50 in the video, down $80 here. And let's go. We'll have the Warriors. First quarter, minus 4.5 plus a 150. I did that with Jesse and Ross today. Also under the 234.5. Lakers, minus 4.5. And the Heat, plus a 4.5 spot. Although that is not today, but I'm putting that out there as well. Plus the I should actually change that to 4 because I got a 4.5 the other day. I think it is a 4 now, so I should adjust that. I apologize. Hopefully I'm not get too much hate mail on that one there, but my mistake. Baseball, 51-65, as I mentioned, 799, 0-4 yesterday. We move on. Braves run line today, plus 130, not liking the Mets. And boy, this should be a Met. I mean, okay, I got lucky with the Nats coming all the way back, but tough way to lose that one. Give me the Braves here with Freed on the hill. Rays run line plus 117. No way we're taking the Sox. What, they dropped 8 in a row now? No, thank you. This is a total fade team. I don't think I won't be shocked if their manager's fired in the next 2 weeks if they keep playing like this. Astros run line plus 145 and fade Nola. I think this guy has not personify, but the pitch clock I think has affected him a bit. And as I said in the beginning of the year about Philly, you know, Trey Turner comes in, great signing, but Harper's was out for the year, and then they lose Hoskins. Nola pitching bad. This team's, if they're an under 500 team for the next month, I won't be shocked to deal him. I won't be shocked at all. He's a free agent, and you're not going anywhere. You're not paying him. Get rid of him. And I won't be shocked if he ends up on these same Houston Astros, or maybe he goes buddies up with his old buddy Eflin down in Tampa. I think he's out. Give me the Astros rolling plus 145. Prop time. Props 115 to 186. We go 0-2 yesterday with our Padre props plus 1090. Today, here we go. Texas low Lao. We didn't go the Tampa Laos. We usually throw out a triple play of lows and Laos. But here we go. Plus $2. Garcia plus 150. Heim 185. Duran plus 210. I was looking for a Young, but it doesn't look like he's playing here. He was out yesterday. Duran got the at-bats. The youngster Josh Young or Jung, me, I don't know how to say these cats' names. I was looking for him, but I'll take a Duran plus 210 against Clark Schmidt here. Houston, I just mentioned Nola. Abreu $2. Tucker 160. Jokes a 240 spot. And Jake the Rake plus $3. Jake, can you start raking a little bit with your 180 average or whatever the heck you're doing down here? Houston, we won't have a problem today. We like them. Run line, prop lines. Let's go, everybody. And I should have, you know what? I wrote down the recap. I didn't even put down the times for all the props and everything. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. Sorry. It happens sometimes. Anyway, Michael, our first one in here. Golden State Warrior fan. What do you say, Michael? Good morning. Murphy's Law for me. I say, it happens, miss. I tell I said to King D the other day, I was like, I'm 0-2. We're going to lose games. Whether you bet 2 games, whether you bet 5 games, you're going to have a bad day. And that's why it is a long term. Anyone come in here and be like, oh, look at this. I'm really good. I won today. Good for you for a day, a week, a month, 6 months. Give me a year. Give me 4 years. Give me 7 years. Give me 13 years. You're going to lose. I lost. I move on to the next day, right? Windshield, rearview mirror. It is what it is. We move on. Happy Friday, Team Money. How are you? Ready cash night? Last Friday in April. That's it. It's May already. Richie P, my guy. I want to do the baseball cards after the show today. We'll see. I'm trying to do my garden, although I'm waiting for a bulldozer to come and level out the one side of my house here for some stuff to be done. I'm going to have to put everything in pots because I sprouted in my kitchen. It's a zoo. But I got my retro wax stuff I want to open up, Richie. And there's that. Good to see Richie P. I like Richie P. Michael, what do we got here? NBA Dam. Grizzle and the Kings first quarter. So I like the Lakers to win this one. You think Grizz battling the first half? I understand. I think the Lakers still win this. Kings, I do not like first quarter. Not at all. I think Golden State kind of comes out and says, oh, everybody, left us for dead. We can't win on the road. Yeah, well, 3 in a row. Here we go. 4 straight. We get out our brooms after a slow start. Take care of business early and often here. 7-1 ATS first quarter, 5-3 ATS teams playing closeout games. Lakers off blowout loss. The reason not going first quarter with Memphis. I just think the Lakers are the better team. Memphis is what? They're 16-30 on the road or something. They're not good on the road. No, thank you. Miz had Atlanta under 8.5 yesterday. Mets run line. Well, I had the Atlanta with you, but I was on the Nationals. So, again, no reason why I should even taken a lead in that game. But we did get there. And if you're a Met fan, you got to be thinking, what the heck on the run line? Terrible. Michael, I took the Phillies plus 150 last night. To me, if there's one game this year Phillies wanted to win, it's this game after leading World Series to the Stros. Stros first game off a road trip as well. Yeah, but they were off yesterday. That's the thing. It wasn't like they're playing. Coming straight back is one thing. I'm with you on the fade. Like, I think that the Dodgers are playing the Cardinals today, right? And the Dodgers played yesterday. Pittsburgh back to LA. I like St. Louis there. I got St. Louis myself plus 135, but not in this spot. I do like that angle, but not with the day off. Jesse, top baseball play yesterday was under Tampa White Sox. I mean, seriously, I had the under in that game, and I probably should have took the way the White Sox have been playing losers 7 straight. I couldn't take Cease as good as he is. You think he's going to be in a game, right? He's a guy who gives up 2 runs a game. McClanahan's another great pitcher. You're thinking this game's 3-1, limited offenses, 2 good pitchers. Yeah, not meant to be. Not meant to be, Jesse. Tampa baseball team really not playing around. Yeah, they're what is there to say about them, Team Money? If they're youngsters, if they start to hit, like that was always the thing, like, they need some more bats. They need some more bats. If these young, like Franco's supposed to be good, Arozarena's supposed to be good, Lau is supposed to be good. They have some young, good players. We've seen the pitching, what they can do. It was always about could they hit? Can we get more hitting? So far, so good. And let's not just also say, well, it's only April and you build up a nice lead here, and they could say, well, they beat bad teams, whatever. Doesn't make it. Beat the bad teams now. So if you do lose to a good team down the road, playoffs come. It's a different ballgame when you have good pitching. We've seen that. Care about the offense. We saw the Indians, right? We saw Seattle with their pitching against Houston. I mean, we've seen anything's possible with good pitching. DeGrom, yeah, you got to like Texas today against Clark Schmidt. Release the Kraken, baby. You know it. Let's go. T-Money, I took some NBA, NHL props. I'm really going to take both dogs tonight. I think the purple and gold move on, but way too much value with Memphis. Do you think there's a lot of value with Memphis today over the Lakers? I don't think there's a lot of value at 4.5. And as much as the Kings, I think the Kings are young and a nice season, totally overachieving season. And I think the Warriors, we've talked about it. Michael B's, he might bring up this is a championship team. It's the coach that's won championships as a player, as a coach. You got Hall of Fame-esque player. Curry's a Hall of Famer. You have a good, solid team here of veteran guys who know how to win. I expect them to come in here right out of the gate and win. Detroit 8. Let's go back to Detroit. Let me pull up the baseball here. I'm annoyed I had the Detroit under yesterday. I didn't come back on them today. Although I probably should, right? They're on a nice little under run. So I don't hate the under run. Eddie Rodriguez has been pitching good, Eduardo. And Grayson is Miz, is it you? I know someone's like, oh, he's a bust. Again, I don't throw out the bust label for rookie pitchers or batters right away. I think it takes a little time to establish yourself. We're not seeing like Doc Gooden coming out being 24-4 in his rookie season and stuff like that. We don't really see that all too often. But yeah, I could lean under there. Atlanta money line, I don't hate. That would be I'm more of a run line kind of guy. You know that, but 140 is not terrible. Oakland run line against the Reds. I'm anti-Oakland, and I was waiting for some kind of matchup last night on this. I still don't know who's pitching for Oakland. Do we have a pitcher set up for this game already? Do we have a pitcher? Toronto, I can get behind. Yes. I think Manoa, I mentioned it against the Yanks. I thought he's going to kind of turn around. He had a little rough start. I don't hate it. If you want to take Seattle, I understand, but this is another team that's kind of struggling out of the gate. Little hungover from the playoffs. Toronto short number, I like it. Tampa Bay, you like the under. I don't know. Giolito has not pitched good. The White Sox just look completely like a lost franchise right now. They're 8 in a row. Tampa's raking. I don't know if I can go. Tampa might score 10 themselves. You're right, Sean. Hawks cover first quarter. I really believe that they should have been on first quarter and then take a live number with Celtics. Well, that's what we said, right? Teams that are down or at home, they come out in that first quarter, they battle. Like the Nets battle. Like it just seems if you're going to win or have a shot at winning, if you're not coming out strong, forget about it. But yeah, the first quarter doggy and the full game fave has been pretty good. I think Jesse talked about that on one of the shows with me with Ross you watch that. Anything surprising about the draft? Yeah, let's do a little draft. I did write down some draft stuff. Um, where's my? Oh, here it is. So let's yeah. Robinson to the Lions or to the Falcons. I didn't hate that one. And I know and I really didn't talk about the draft this year. I didn't bet any draft stuff. I had a lot going on with my dad at the time, in March to worry about the draft coming ahead. But I don't hate this. People are like, oh, you can't draft running backs. You know what? You're a bad team. You draft the best player. You drafted Ritter. You drafted Pitts. You got some offensive firepower here, right? I mean, I don't understand. Why would you draft a quarterback to just be what? Oh, he's going to be a career backup. You draft a guy to be a no. So you got a young quarterback, a running back who can do it all out of the backfield. You got your stud tight end who everybody loved last year. I don't mind that for Atlanta. Well, create some excitement. I don't know what to tell you. I'm all for taking the best guy available. The Lions, that was a little. You want to take him? You could have took him further down. Like you could have stayed where you were in the draft and picked Bijan. You traded back to take a guy you could have got later on in the draft. Like so the Lion draft was a little. I mean, everybody loves to get their own guy. I'm a Cowboy guy. I wanted the tight end. He went off the board. And did they reach for this guy? I don't know. I would have went. I guess they had him high enough. I would have took the other tight end or something. Or I really wanted Flowers the Ravens got him. How about a good day for Baltimore? You sign your quarterback and you get a wide receiver in the first round. Good. Get him a wide receiver. The Eagles. Let's be honest. Eagles. You got two great defensive players. Wow, good for you. Get the best guys. Excellent draft for the Eagles. Bryce going number 1, no shocker there. Will Levi falling out of the first round. It's funny. Like now the guy's got a toe problem. Nobody knows about his toes. You just know about eating like mayonnaise or whatever. I mean, interesting there. Richardson to the Colts. I don't know if our guy locking in with the King D's here yet. Yeah, the hype on him was great. Like, oh, he could run, he could throw, best arm in draft. 13 starts. He didn't go 13-0. Project time. I don't, even with Carolina, I said this before with these quarterbacks, you get drafted to bad teams. How good are the coaching? Who else did we go? Texas. So they got Stroud. I don't hate, and they got Anderson. I know people are like, oh, it's a bad trade. They traded away a lot. You know what? If they think Stroud's that good, do I think losing a second round pick or third round pick in this year's draft might hurt when you could get another wide receiver, right? You need some playmakers around this cat. I like the running backs pretty good, but hey, if you think that's your franchise guy and you get a stud guy on defense, I don't hate it. And who else did I write down there? That's about it. I talked about Richardson to the Colts, the Ravens with their big play, or the wide receiver I should say, and then signing Lamar. Seattle had a nice draft, I thought. Anytime you get 2 picks, I think you could do good. So obviously, the Lions won. A little bit of a head scratcher, though. Good afternoon, Maurice. What do you think about the Red Sox getting upset today? I don't hate the Red Sox today, believe it or not. You're a small dog. I mean, you see Bieber at a 120, like, wow, Bieber's awesome. He's a Cy Young kind of guy. I kind of like Pavetta. And Cleveland's kind of, what are they? 3-7, 3-8, their last 10 and 11 like that. They haven't been playing Super Bowl. I don't mind taking a 105. Looks a little low, right? Where it looks too easy to take Cleveland. So, yeah, I'll take the Sox today with you. What's the largest parlay? Largest parlay I've ever did? I don't even know. Maybe $500, $1,000 on like a 3-teamer or something. That's about it. Not a huge parlay guy. Not even in my super degenerate days. I would do nickel reverses. But yeah. Even when I was out of control, again having fun, making money, kind of stuff. Like I wasn't a big parlay guy. James is in the house with a new dog pick. I love it, James. I'm not mad about the Raiders taking a defensive end. First time, long time. The announcers are not like, what the hell are the Raiders doing? Hoping for Penn State, Joey Porter. And that, again, That's a guy who you thought maybe go first round. He's a big name, stuff like that. And the Raiders taking defensive end. Let's be honest. The Eagles getting, what's his name, Carter? The Raiders couldn't take that guy. I mean, they already had a guy actually kill a guy in a car accident. This guy's at the scene of a car accident killing people. You can't. That's just a bad look. Most teams, us as fans of teams, you think we should do this. Everybody's setting their own kind of way how to draft guys. I don't think it's bad. It's all about getting pressure on the quarterbacks. And let's be honest, you got Burrow in your division. Excuse me, Mahomes, Herbert, even Russell Wilson. I think Russell will be better this year in year two with a better coach. Raiders can't be thinking about we're winning division with their team. They got to think about getting pressure on quarterback and being competitive. I don't hate a defensive move for the Raiders. Nats again today. Chad Cool's on the hill. I'm going to say no to that. It would be a Rich Hill going to turn into a Dick Mountain run line the Pirates today, plus a 130. Actually, it was 135 last night. I see it's 119 right now. Miz, think you'll have a lot of rainouts here on the East Coast today? Yeah, a little rain on the East Coast today? I do not know. I got sun shining on a cloudy day. Good morning, Ricketts. Good to see you, my friend. Mr. KBO himself, Ricketts, likes his KBO. Ricketts, you got to come in when there's KBO because I'm not going to address KBO. So please, bring a KBO pick to the chat. Michael says, in these playoff teams, either win outright or the fave cover is like 35-5 right now. I feel like dogs that go money line. Yeah, you take the dogs money line, and I always say kind of stuff like that. If you think the dog's going to win, it's going to win. It's not going to, we're getting 5.5, hopefully lose by 4. No, you think the dogs, you're going to be there, you're going to win it. T-Money says, doesn't matter, but both the Kings and Memphis are the 2 higher seeds and are big dogs. Golden State old, and AD might score 5 points, but all three. See, I think AD is going to have another good game. I liked AD and the Lakers last game. They lost that one. At home here, I think AD has a big game. And again, it's the Lakers. You're going to get friendly calls at home. Let's be honest. Okay, Ja Morant, yeah, it's AD, the Lakers, and LeBron. Lakers by 10. Anthony says, talking about a bus, let's talk about how the Angels pitching is. Rant time. Well, I love me some Reed Detmers. And on a whole, this staff, I mean, I don't even say it's bad. Ohtani, the dude had like a .20 ERA his first couple starts. Let's be honest. Oakland has hit this Angels staff, right? Every game, it's like they got a run or two in the first inning. Is this really? And we talked about this with the one kid on the A's hitting 300. The rookie guy. Our team just looking at the A's like whatever we could throw in, and we know they're bad, and they're not taking them serious. Again, I can't buy on the A's. I think they're a 105 more lost team. I really can't rant right there. It's a spot where Oakland, as bad as they are, they're still kind of major league players, whether we like it or not, whether they're rookies or 4A kind of guys. They're guys looking to get paid. And another team, let's be honest, you're going to be like, these jokers, whatever. And you're going to have a high-scoring game. We've seen that. I don't know if I could go into full rant, though, mode yet on the Angels. Because, again, you have the bats that look like they're okay. The pitching is always, all right, you have Ohtani. Who else is going to do something here? Reed Detmers, Sandoval, Suarez, you got. Let's see if they get shelled today with this pitching staff. Now, you're playing a Brew Crew, who, again, light hitting. I mean, I don't think they're a great offensive squad. Wade Miley somehow pitched it to like a 1.5 ERA or something. What's his ERA, Wade Miley? 196. Let's see if the Angels could score today. Again, with their 7 ERA on the hill with Anderson. 7 units last night in video poker. There you go, Nathan. That helps out. Although I'm not a video poker kind of guy. T-Mike says, it's the NBA. It seems like seating is just out the window. Well, yeah. Well, it's out the window because guys sit all season long. They don't care about the regular season. It's a complete joke. This is why I say no betting allowed in the regular season. It's ridiculous. And then you get a team like the Kings who play all season, and you think, wow, these guys are they pretty good? They're offensively they're number one. The defense is pretty solid at times, and yet then you come in and face a team like the Warriors. How the heck are the Warriors such a garbage seed, right? Like I mean, like playing games for Hall of Fame players. It's again, I can't. NBA whole different. It's a different league in the playoffs. Yeah, the pitch clock's ridiculous. The shift I don't mind, but the pitch clock I think is affecting guys. Well, I mean, no, Tiny got smoked yesterday, but before that, the guy had a 50 ERA. He was fine in his other starts. So I chalk that up to just that's one of those games. Anthony Richardson is the next Drew Rosen. Josh. I mean, yeah, Josh Rosen. Is it Josh Rosen? Drew Lock. I mean, we can go on and on about bad quarterbacks in the draft because you're supposed to be good. You go to a bad team. Draft talk about Kentucky QB not drafted yet. What do we say about Levi? I mean, everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's going number one." I said him and Richardson. How even in the first round? Either one of them. Richardson's played 13 games and he was so. Oh, the talent there is off the chart. Well, how about some wins? Like, not that I'm going to equate him to Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was like, the number, he's awesome. The dude was 13-13 at LSU. How good are you going to be? You can't get your team into the NCAA tournament. 64 teams get to the NCAA tournament. You're not good enough to win 18 games in the SEC, and you're the number one pick in the draft? Red flag. This kid, 13 starts. It's a 500 record or whatever he's got. I don't get it. And even this guy from Kentucky, hurt. He was hurt last year. The running back was hurt. At least it's somebody in Hooker. He got hurt. He was a pocket passer, an NFL type kind of guy. Oh, he's old. Who cares that he's old? I don't understand that. People are running out to sign Aaron Rodgers to trade for a guy who's 39. They won't sign Lamar, who's the same age. You're 25. If he's half of that, you're going to get 10 years out of the guy. Come on. He's definitely good, Robinson Anthony. Pounded Sports. Give him a follow, my guy here. He's on Twitter and Facebook. Look for him, Pounded Sports. Yeah, he looks really good. And I like the Falcons taking it. You took Pitts. You took Ritter as a quarterback. You got a young core. Let's see what you got. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Have a receiver, have a running back. I mean, I know people like running backs, but you kind of need a little running back every once in a while. Especially a guy like this, explosive all over the joint. And you have a quarterback who you drafted high enough. I don't know. If you take a quarterback first, second round, you think he's a starter. And people might say second round is not a starter. If I'm not taking a guy, if that's the case, everybody's a backup after a first rounder then, right? Let them play. Let them play. Bad news, Bear style. T-Mine says, I feel bad. I used to enjoy the draft. Not seeing guys coming out the past years have not been impressive. Yeah. Well, I would hope with the nil money, guys would stay an extra year. And this is for NBA as well. I can kill these college kids. They can't hit free throws, 15-footers. Everybody just wants to shoot crazy three-pointers like the Steph Curry. Can bring back some fundamental play. If I'm a quarterback and a school's giving me $1 million, I'll stay next year. That's why you take out an insurance policy. God forbid something happens. Don't you want to develop a little bit? Again, it's not me. I was never close to being a professional athlete. So I understand you got a million people pushing you, but that's the problem. You got all your boys in your ear. You want to take care of everybody. Oh, you're the best. You've been telling you're the best since you're in 8th, 9th grade. That's why I see so many busts in the NBA. That's why I mean the NBA is a complete disaster. Terrible product. T-Mike says, I'm sorry I wouldn't pay Lamar that much. He doesn't have the magic like Mahomes or Burrow. Exactly. I don't know when Josh Allen's going to win something because I saw Josh Allen take a giant leap back last year when his coach made Daniel Jones look like a real quarterback. And as opposed to paying Lamar, that is the going rate. You can't sit here and say, I wouldn't have paid him that much. That's fine. You don't think – I wouldn't have paid Dak Prescott his money. But that is the going rate. Daniel Jones gets $40 million. That's just the rate the quarterbacks get paid. You can't complain about that. Who are you paying instead of him? You're paying. Would you rather have Daniel Jones or Lamar? Richardson, ask 49ers how that's working out with Trey Lance. Seriously. I get the measurables are there. But the problem is, now Trey Lance could grow because he went to a team, well, they got rid of Garoppolo, who only brought him, it's like the same thing, get rid of Alex Smith. Uh, we'll bring in Kaepernick. We got Garoppolo. We'll get rid of him. Guys that take you to the playoffs, you think, and they drafted him to be the starter, and I was like, no, you're crazy. Give me Garoppolo here all day long. Garoppolo just was an injury-prone kind of cat. Maybe Lance would work out on a team where he could sit behind somebody. Like Zach Wilson now is going to be behind Rodgers. Hopefully Rodgers isn't a total D-bag and kind of teach him stuff because Rodgers got to know at 40, well, hey, this guy's not really a threat to me right now. They're paying me. I'll definitely be the starter this year, next year. That'd be a good mentorship for have him not look like a total D-bag, like the way he looks most of the time, and for a young quarterback to learn from a Hall of Famer. I think that's a good spot. Hopefully it works out well for the Jets. You get a year or two of top play from Rodgers. And again, I think I didn't want this trade. I thought it was bad. I wanted Lamar there. I thought it'd be a better long-term situation. Here, though, the Jets could go from 2 solid playoff runs under Rodgers to a 3-year vet who sat behind a Hall of Famer and picked up some stuff and looks really good in preseason or mop-up kind of duties or a spot start at the end of the year or whatever. But again, who is Richardson learning from? And Matt Ryan? Is Matt Ryan still on the team? Joe Flacco? Carson Wentz? Who's over there? Carson Palmer? I don't even know who's. I don't like it. Nick Pavetta. I don't mind Nick Pavetta here. Again, I think the line looks short for Cleveland because it's Bieber, and that's a big name. It's a low number, 120. Nathan says the Lakers. I agree. Rolling my boy Eflin on a bump. Your money line in Eflin today in Tampa. I'd run line. I'm a run line kind of guy. Again, 150, top of my food chain. No thanks. I'll go run line. I'll lose on my run lines. I lost on my run lines yesterday. What do I do? One, two run lines and a doggy yesterday. I'll go down. If I go down, I go down. Weather's awful, raining on and off on the East Coast. All right, good to know. Good to know. T-Mike says, if I bet against my team Lakers, they'll win. If I take Lakers, I know they'll find a way to blow it. There you go. No, there's no reason not betting on your favorite team. You can't bet your heart, right? It's like the old thing. Bet with your head, not over it. Don't bet with your heart. You're going to be losing all types of ways. Money, your mind, your reason. You'll be going crazy because it's your favorite team. Don't do it. Brio, my guy. Straight out of the Facebook, friends. I love it, Brio. Good to see you, my friend. T-Money's here. These guys don't respect the NBA used to be. Again, I hate being like the old guy, but I'm used to seeing guys who could shoot free throws. I don't understand how you can't hit a free throw. It's terrible. Nobody has a jump shot, a mid-range jumper. It's all about huge three-pointers. And that's why the European game's better. These guys can dribble. They can shoot free throws. They got inside game. They got outside game. 305 Canes, what do you got here, fella? Let's remember Jeff Gambotti riding Alonzo's leg. That was great. Good old Heat-Knicks rivalry back in the 90s. Good stuff. Not nowadays, though. That stuff will get you banned from basketball. Michael says Klay Thompson over 29.5 points is 260. Over 4.5 threes is 115. Game 6. This I don't hate because I think the Warriors are going to come out strong here. Al's in the house. What do you say, Al Dollar? Good to see you. Levi is a Bryson Shambo college football. Bad QB for a running team. Hey, who's he going to? I saw somewhere that he might go to the Raiders. I don't know. Call me crazy. That guy in Vegas might be a bad look. But you're going to sit. They don't need you right away. I don't hate that. I don't hate a kid like this. Richard, go to somebody to back up somebody. To thrust these kids into the starting role on a bad team like the Texans. They're going to just throw Stroud out there. Here's a newsflash. 3 wins for the Texans next year. That guy's a starter. Give me Davis Mills. You still have no wide receivers. Warriors to win and Clay to score 30 is plus $4. We've not had a Clay game yet. So I agree. I don't hate that, Michael, at all. I'm not sure why Dan Jones is a QB, so definitely Lamar, but just I'm not even sure why Dan Jones is a quarterback. So definitely Lamar, but I just don't think he'll be Baltimore a championship. Now, here's the thing. How many guys are going to bring championships to teams? You got a handful of guys. And you're playing now in a division with Mahomes and Burrow, who've just been to the last few Super Bowls. Josh Allen and the Bills are kind of right there. And this team is they're a step below that. But I don't blame the quarterback for that kind of stuff. Like, oh, well, he's never won anything. Well, Dan Marino, he's never won anything. Well, Dan Marino had like a bunch of guys ahead of him, who were really good themselves. You know, uh, he's going to do enough to win his 12 games a year and get to the playoffs, and then you're going to be in a battle. And you lose to Brady or Mahomes or whoever, Peyton Manning. I'm going back to older guys, but you see what I'm saying here. I can't put everything on a quarterback when he gets you to a second round, a championship game, a playoff. When everybody knows, well, the team's got no wide receivers for the guy. There's no help. It's Lamar, and let's see what happens. I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair. Steve, what do you say here? What do you got? Think about the Cubbies today. Moneyline Cubbies. I would probably just lean to the under here. I like Luzardo a lot. He's a pretty good pitcher. He's solid. He's a solid kind of guy. The thing with the Marlins, though, they can't score a lick. And Stroman, I don't hate it. I would probably, minus 110? Believe it or not here, Steve, I would go a run line play for more plus money. Yes, I think the Cubs win, but I would go run line because the problem with taking Miami is they don't score. I know they scored yesterday. Or right against the Braves, they scored a couple runs. That's a team they play often. Give me the Cubs run line here. Eric's in the house. Rockies money line today for you. The Rockies in the D-backs with Kelly on the hill. I like Merrill Kelly. I like the Diamondbacks. Freeman and home. I guess they're a little dog. I understand, Eric. You like your dogs. It is tough taking struggling teams. Of course, I caught myself yesterday and played a fish on a money line. Hate when I do that. That happens. That's the thing with the dogs. You either got to go all in on a couple. If you like 2 or 3, you got to bet all 3 of them that day. You can't just do one, and then you're 0-1 instead of going 2-1, or you're 1-2 instead of 2-1. This play them. The other day I went 2-7. Next day I go 7-2. Then I go 0-7. You can't think, well, I gotta come back. Dial down the bet size, bet the games. Can't pick and choose. It's like they say, you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose. You can't pick your friend's nose. Same thing with the baseball. Sort of like something, dial down the wager. Doesn't hurt. Jays minus 107. Braves run line plus 130. Rays run line 117. And the Astros 145 run line play. A lot of run line action for me today. I got like 6 run lines in baseball today. NBA, I like the Warriors first quarter. Come out. Put the nail in the coffin, Golden State. Also under the 234.5. Lakers 4.5, and the Heat should be a 4. I got to switch that because the line moved, but it was 4.5 when I got it on the site. So I apologize for that. What am I going to do? Sometimes we make mistakes here in the video. All right. I will be back today, though. I know I said it the last 2 days for look headlines the next day, but my daughter's National Junior Honor Society work is done. I will come in here, say hello. We'll hit tomorrow's games, and probably a little more draft talk as the draft's going on. But be sure to check that out. Put the notification bell on, and follow me or listen later on your wherever you listen to your podcast. But I'm out of here on a